Shalom, Alon.
Shalom.
Thank you very much for this interview for Enlace Judío. And what is your purpose for this time in Mexico? Is your first time?
It's my first time, very first time. I came for concerts and for master classes. I taught for 1 week in Celaya Conservatory, and tomorrow I'm playing at the Intermezzo Music Festival here in Mexico City.
Where were you born?
I was born in '86, so I'm 29 today, in Beersheba, in the south of Israel.
And when did you start feeling the attraction for music?
From a very, very early age. I remember watching music channels on TV, and it was my trigger. I told my mother I would like to study music. If I have to tell the whole story, so I wanted to be a rock star. It was rock music. I was the youngest of a 5 siblings family in Israel, and yeah, rock and roll was part of the time in the 90s. And my idols were Aerosmith, Bon Jovi, and Eagles, and so on. And I basically wanted to play electric guitar. When I arrived with my mother to the conservatory in Beersheba, they told me, "You are much too young for electric guitar, but take the mandolin, it's quite the same." We have a nice mandolin orchestra, which turned out to be only true. I really enjoyed the time in the conservatory in Beersheba. And later I found out that the mandolin belongs to a big family of plucked instruments, historical plucked instruments. And I later played the lute, the viola, baroque guitar, the oboe, and so on.
After studying the mandolin, did you went for more instruments, for more studies?
As I said, I started with the mandolin. It's maybe the smallest of a larger family of lutes. And today I play a lot of lute music. I studied in the Jerusalem Academy of Music. Then I got a scholarship to go to study in Brussels, in Belgium. And later I found myself in Hanover, in Germany, completing another master. So yeah, I studied in several institutes, and with the time I picked up naturally more instruments.
Where did you have had presentations?
Where have I had presentations? You mean concerts?
Concerts, yes.
All over the world. I mean, from Japan to the US, all throughout Europe, East, West. You know, also in the Middle East, in some countries, in Cyprus, in Greece, in Israel, of course, and yeah.
Have you ever teach children in Israel and in different countries?
Yes, I like very much to teach actually. I don't have a position, and I don't have any permanent students. But I give master classes while I tour, and I even give sometimes Skype lessons, which is a very funny, very new method that I didn't believe could work, but surprisingly it's amazing what you can achieve through cameras and mics.
What kind of music is the one that you like more to interpret?
I don't like this word specialist, but I'm often being called specialist of early music. And we say early music, we mean Baroque and Renaissance, sometimes even medieval music. This is music that fascinates me, I would say, the most. And I invest a lot of time, and I interpret many works from the Baroque era.
What are you planning for this starting year? What are your plans in presentations or going around the world?
Well, yeah, we have many concerts also with Michael Tsalka and with Israelíes, with the trio in Holland, in Israel, and in several countries. We just published a CD, and in 2016 we will publish another CD with works by Yechezkel Brown, an Israeli composer. Other than that, I'm going to record a work by another Israeli composer, Gilad Hochman, with the Berlin, with the Deutsches Kammerorchester Berlin. It's the chamber orchestra of Berlin. Very fine orchestra, and it's going to be on a very fine label, Berlin Classics. So many projects, also of course many concerts in Israel and abroad, lots of touring, and I really look forward to 2016 and everything that it brings.
I heard somewhere that you are a conductor. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, it's true. I studied conducting, and today I have my own Baroque orchestra in Germany, Concerto Foscari, and so I work usually in this field of Baroque music, but often also in later music. Yes.
And what can you tell me? You were talking about the music, the cultural music in England and in Israel. I want to hear from you about the two countries.
Yeah. So I think there is a very good model actually in Venezuela, El Sistema, you know, where children get instruments from a very early age, with international level, with international teachers, and there are regional orchestras and youth orchestras divided by ages, and of course the National Children's Orchestra. And this system was adopted in many places. One of them is the UK, where it works fantastically. I've experienced personally the National Children's Orchestra in the South Bank Centre in London, and the level is really unbelievable. I mean, they played Berlioz Symphonie Fantastique, and the maximum age was 14 of the children. So these are things that in Israel you can probably only dream of. Although in Israel they have also many very worthwhile projects like the Young Israeli Philharmonic and the Jerusalem Music Center and so on. So there is a lot being done. There can always be more. Of course, from our side, it's our hope and our passion, and there is good reasons to have hope. I don't think that classical music is dying, and in this sense.
What would you like to tell to our audience that I didn't ask you?
Well, first I would like to invite them warmly to the concert. I don't know if the interview will be broadcasted in time, but if they can, they're warmly invited. If not, I would like to tell them, the Mexican audience, that they have a wonderful country and really wonderful, warm people, which to me, I think has many similarities to Israel. The climate and the views, you know, and the people especially, very, very warm-hearted people. And yeah, I hope that they, to the ones who are maybe familiar with classical music, I would like to recommend our last CD, Paisiello in Vienna, from Brilliant Classics. And to the ones who are not, why don't you give it a try and maybe you would like it.